Welcome to another episode of naturalbodynow.com on Instagram with naturalbodynow10. And today we have Summer McLean. Her Instagram name is Summer in the Skinny, and she's been using the Natural Body Now product for quite some time. She's lost over 85 pounds, but here at Natural Body Now, we love to interview women that have successfully lost weight so you can tell us the secrets and shortcuts of what you've done, how you got there, because there are a lot of women out there that want to know how did you do it. So without further ado, Summer, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Summer McLean. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Um, and I'm just going to kind of dive right in. I think, when it comes to weight and weight loss, a lot of people think that it's impossible. It kind of becomes this, it becomes kind of like a myth, or it becomes like the lottery ticket. A lot of people are like, it would be a dream to lose weight, or it would be, it becomes this intangible thing, and it really isn't. It's a mindset. I think I've heard a lot of people say, like, when you're ready, you'll do it, and I think it's a lot more than just being ready, because I always say, like, I didn't get big just because I like food, like, kind of the same way that, alcoholics don't just like alcohol, like there are underlying issues that are there, and then there are underlying reasons as to why, you eat, and so for myself, it comforted me, like I love sugar, like I love sugar. And the first time I noticed that something was a problem, it wasn't about my size, but I'd gone through like a really bad breakup, and I was like extra traumatized from it. And I was on a road trip, and like part of the breakup like happened on the road trip. So um, my brother-in-law was cleaning out my car, and like when I got home, and he found like all of this candy in the car, and all of it was still in the wrapper. Like I hadn't opened it or eaten it, but I was so stressed out and I was so sad and everything else that every time we stopped at a gas station to like fill up, I bought candy, and I was like, that's really, like, it's really weird. And it kind of became like a coping, a coping mechanism, so if I was sad or if I was upset, or even if I was happy, it was like, let's celebrate. Or, if I'm sad, let me comfort myself, with sugar or, whatever else. And, like I'd heard almost all my life that I was huge, which is really annoying because when I look at pictures of myself, like I was pretty fly, but I was always told that I was huge. And so I always kind of thought I was, and, but I wasn't like a diet person, I was more stubborn. I was kind of like, like, you're going to have to love me for this size. And like, it was more like, I'm going to show you how big I can get, like, and I'm going to show you that I'm still worthy of your love, which was silly now that I think about it, but I don't think it was as, like it was very subconscious when it was happening. Um, anyway, and when I decided that I wanted to lose weight, it didn't have anything to do.
I guess a little technical difficulty. Okay, we back
Hi, I'm
on.
sorry, you guys there?
Yeah, so you said
Okay,
when you
sorry.
decided to lose weight.
Yeah, like when I decided to lose weight, it didn't have anything to do with like with how I looked necessarily. It was a picture of myself that shocked me. I'm a wedding planner, and I was I was friends with my client, and we had their wedding rehearsal, and I was scrolling through Facebook after the rehearsal, and I saw a picture of my client and her father, practicing walking down the aisle. And then I saw a picture in the back, like I saw somebody in the back, and I was thinking, I was wearing a purple jacket, you know, and I was like, that's not me. And then I zoomed in and I was completely shocked because I almost didn't recognize myself. I didn't recognize myself. And I was like, oh my God, I'm huge. Oh my God. You know, like I was freaking out inside. And I normally wear a dress to my weddings because they're weddings and you have to be dressy. And I remember being so uncomfortable, I wore pants. And I'll never forget it. And I felt embarrassed because I was like, you know, not dressy enough for this wedding and blah, blah, blah. A couple days later, I was talking to a guy that I was dating, and I was like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do, you know? And he said, do this challenge with me. And I don't know if it was a made-up challenge or where it was, but he said, we're going to do 2 miles a day. And, you know, he said, do you want to start tomorrow? And, you know, I always say, you know, one day or day one, you know, so it's like, are we doing it today? Are we doing it someday? And it was 9:03 at night. I'll never forget this because I looked at the clock. And I took a picture of my tennis shoes because I just put them on. And I wasn't really someone who like worked out. I mean, clearly I was huge. So I was like, nah. I put on my tennis shoes and I went straight to the gym. I took a picture and I sent it to him and he was like, really? Or you know, and I was like, yeah. And I remember being on the treadmill thinking like, okay, just get through these 2 miles. I took a picture of the treadmill and I sent it to him, and that's kind of what it was. So every day I walked 2 miles. So it's 2 miles on the treadmill to like, you know, there's so many apps out there, you know, where you can track your time if you don't go to the gym. You know, you could do it anywhere. That kind of got me moving, and my eating didn't come for a while. You know, my eating kind of took a while to catch on, you know, but I was moving, I was physical. And I didn't really want to take weight loss pills because I didn't think that anything would really work until I found like the Natural Body Now products. I think that a lot of people, I've actually gotten a lot of DMs where people say, you know, like, is this a magic pill? You know, like, is this the one that's going to do it? And I always tell people, you know, yes, it's an amazing product. It's a remarkable product. I suggest it wholeheartedly. You have to keep moving as well, you know, because if you want anything that's going to last, the Natural Body Now products assist you amazingly, better than any product I've ever taken in my entire life. You have to keep moving as well. So like the cleanse, like I just re-upped. I don't know if you can see the cleanse, but the, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. With the cleanse, like I'm always here for a cleanse. So before I would think that they were, you know, that they were miserable, you know, and I love cleanses now. Just because I think it's kind of like it's like a reset. It's like a jump start, you know, like it gets your body moving. And sometimes, you know, you hit a plateau, you know, so the cleanse isn't just about cleaning out, you know, like some people think like, you know, I'm going to clean out the sugar. I'm going to clean out this. Sometimes you just have to clean out your body. And so I always have it with me. And then I have the body trim as well. Sorry, all over. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, so I keep those on hand. I think nutrition is important for people to pay attention to as well. You know, because you really have to take control and ownership of your weight loss, you know? So let's say that you're taking these products, but every day you're going to Starbucks and you're eating fried chicken and you're, you know, eating a ton of sugar, you know, and then you say, oh, these products didn't work. It's like, you didn't work, you know, like there isn't anything that is going to, where you're going to be successful, where you don't have to do some work as well, you know? But once I decided to start losing weight, and once it was, you know, once I started losing weight, it was really hard for me to accept it kind of, because I realized like I was afraid to lose weight because I didn't know what I was going to look like. That was a huge thing for me. And then also I was really afraid that like guys who were in my life when I was big, that they would try to holler at me when I was small. And then I'm like, you never saw me, like I was always worried that they wouldn't actually see who I was. I think a lot of people have that there is a fear when it comes to losing weight for a lot of people. And I understand this. But it's not really scary. It's like the best thing I've ever done. And just kind of seeing your body do it. So, anyone who's seen my Instagram or my blog or anything, I work out a lot and I have a trainer. I go to the gym. But when I first started, I didn't have a trainer. I had a gym, but all I did was walk on the treadmill. So if you don't have a gym, you don't have a treadmill, just walk around your block. Like I said, the Nike app, it tracks your miles. There are a ton of other apps too that do the same thing.
I know we featured you on the Instagram page, The Natural Body Now. I'm going to share the screen.
Okay.
As we go to Natural Body Now. Let me know if you can see the screen.
Okay, I can. Yeah.
Okay, so I see you from 329 to 244. Can you talk a little bit about from the green dress to the black dress, the before and after?
Yeah, so the green dress, it's the exact same as the black one. Obviously a bigger size. I remember exactly how I felt in that dress. I felt pretty fly, actually, but I did feel a little uncomfortable, like bending over. It was an event that I was doing. And you kind of couldn't tell me anything, like I was like, I look fly, like whatever, but I really was not taking care of myself at all. And then I remember seeing the pictures and I was a little surprised. I was kind of like, what's going on there? But it still wasn't enough to make me change, And then again, once I started getting moving and started doing what I was supposed to do, the picture in the black, my assistant took. I was like digging for something in my, in a folder. And one of the things about me, I hesitate to say this as I'm looking at the picture, but I've always thought that I held my weight very well. Like I carried it well. And so I didn't know how huge I was. But the difference between the two, it was, doing the cleanse, doing the body trim, working out. And I've never eaten perfectly. So I'll be honest, I've never eaten perfectly. I still eat sugar sometimes. I don't really eat cheese, but that's just like a personal preference. But between the two pictures, it was work, but it's work that anybody could do,
Okay. What about this purple dress? Well, you write for the Huffington Post too, right?
Yes, I'm a writer for the Huffington Post. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this. Why aren't we talking about mental health and obesity?
So, I'll tell you real quick. So the green dress obviously is from the same event, and the blue dress was a wedding event that I was going to, and I had tried on a couple dresses that I had before, and they were all too big. And I was a little surprised, like I'd been losing weight, but it takes a minute for your mind to kind of catch up. And I remember going to Macy's and I tried on a couple dresses. And when I put this dress on, I was a little shocked that it fit. But I wasn't exactly sure if I should. It's just weird. Like you have to let your brain kind of catch up to the fact that you've lost weight. Anyway, it was at this event yeah. So I think that a lot of people, we don't talk about the mental health aspect of being obese. People kind of say, oh, there's like this assumption that, you're lazy or you don't want it or you don't have enough self-control and stuff like that, I think that, there are people, who battle with depression, and I think that you have to get healthy all around, in order to, like, I think you have to get mentally healthy as well. A lot of people don't like to go to therapy. If you don't want to go to therapy, you can't afford therapy, whatever it is, talk to a friend. But whatever it is, people really have to get talking, and talk about why it is that you eat, because you don't just eat because you like food, again, you don't just drink because you like alcohol. Sometimes you're escaping from something or running from something, and so that's what I mean by that.
Okay, now we just went to your Instagram page, Summer in the Skinny. Can you see it?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, so we see that, and that's when you're working out. I see on your page you work out a lot.
Yeah.
And let's go to this page with you getting out of the swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that?
So, okay, yeah, I do work out a lot. Part of it is like the mental health aspect, like sometimes I get a little down sometimes, and especially with the things that are happening in the world, I think it's easy for anybody to kind of get down. But going to the gym just makes me feel good. I know that it's making my body, healthier and stronger, but it also just kind of, it's an active thing that I'm doing. But yeah, I've never been shy or embarrassed in front of people in a bathing suit. I kind of feel like, y'all can see I'm big in in pants, so I might as well enjoy myself at the pool, But I think it's really important that when you're on this journey, that you are not embarrassed or ashamed of yourself. I think a lot of people, they think that they need to hide during this time, and I think it's okay to still love your body, when you're bigger. I think that's totally fine. You can love yourself while also trying to improve.
Okay, so I see you posting pictures with the product. You want to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, so the picture on the left, like the top left, was it was at a wedding. Apparently everything I do is at a wedding. And then the picture on the right, that was, I guess that was around 244. I took that picture myself, so it was in a photo booth at a wedding. And I remember seeing the picture, and I called the photographer because I thought that she photoshopped it. And she said, well, how would I have photoshopped it? And I said, well, because I don't look like this. And she said, no, you took the pic. It was in a photo booth. And she said, we don't edit pictures in a photo booth. And so, yeah, so that's with the body cleanse. That's with the body trim. Like the pictures at the bottom, same kind of thing. And yeah, just telling people to use the discount code, which is Summer, my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going down. You can stop me at any time. Tell us a little bit about diet. I see you got this broccoli here. About food or whatever.
So, okay, Trader Joe's is your friend. A lot of people think that eating healthy is like super expensive. If you have a farmer's market, go to a farmer's market, like greens so you can live. Remember that, you guys. You need to eat greens so that you can live. So that is organic broccoli, but don't let organic scare you. Okay, just because it's organic doesn't mean expensive. If I have the option, I'm going to eat organic. But again, I say that as I had like a piece of chocolate earlier. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm horrible at making chicken breast. Like, I'm horrible at making chicken breast. It's always dry and ridiculous because I'm always afraid that I'm not going to cook it enough and I'm going to get salmonella and die. So Trader Joe's has this chicken. I think it's like seven chicken breasts. And it's actually really healthy for you. Like, the ingredients are on the package. I don't have it right here with me, obviously. And it's super quick. It's already cooked. It's already seasoned. Throw it in the microwave for 45 seconds or a minute. And my broccoli, it just makes me feel good. And honestly, this will always taste better than a hamburger and fries. Because even, when you eat hamburger and fries, you're like, oh, this is so delicious. But then you're kind of weighed down. You feel kind of heavy. I don't feel that with it.
Okay. Let's see.
Right there. You can do
Which
that.
one?
Right there, yeah. A salad.
Okay.
So we should talk about salads real quick. I see a lot of people who are like, I ate healthy today. I had a salad. And I'm like, you had a gallon of salad dressing. So a little while ago, a couple years ago, I did a raw vegan cleanse. And it was super drastic. And I don't always think that people should do super drastic things, but I did. And I wasn't allowed to have sugar during the cleanse. And so I had to start making my own salad dressing. So everybody get a pen. I'm going to repeat this. I'll repeat it. So I just use lemon. So I just squeeze lemon, olive oil, sea salt, and ground pepper and garlic. And you just mix it up, and it's the best salad dressing you'll ever have. And so even when I travel, I bring my own salad dressing because salads are like, yeah, it could be a salad, but it could be 1,000 calories. So this salad, everything is from Trader Joe's. It's like a spring mix. It's that chicken that I was telling you about in the bag. I did some sliced almonds from, again, Trader Joe's to add some texture, and avocado. So, again, just because it's a salad doesn't mean that it's healthy. This is a very extremely healthy salad, but, beware when you go to if you happen to go to Wendy's or McDonald's, which don't do that. But if you do, make sure to look at the, at the calories. Everybody has calorie counts now.
Okay. What are some of the things that they shouldn't eat that you would tell them?
Definitely protein. I kind of missed the protein memo. like you couldn't tell me anything about protein, one of I had a trainer who would always tell me to eat protein. And I was like, okay, whatever, I didn't realize how important it was until it started affecting my body. And so I would be working out, I'd be like lifting weights, and I'd be running and, whatever. And I wasn't like building myself back up. Like I wasn't building my muscles back up or anything because I wasn't taking in enough protein. So protein is your friend. Eggs, I have eggs in the morning. A great snack, deviled eggs, make a batch of those, throw them in the refrigerator, eat first thing in the morning. People are like, I don't like to have breakfast. Like, just have breakfast in the morning. It gets your metabolism going. Get something in your body and try to make a protein. I say greens so you can live. And it's just like, Brussels sprouts, again, Trader Joe's, or, if you have a farmer's market, again, farmer's market's cheaper than Trader Joe's. That avocado, I love avocado. Living in Georgia, though, it kind of sucks because it's hard to find ripe avocado. That's baby broccoli. And I just throw that in, like the broccoli, I throw it in a skillet. I like a little bit of a char. Put some seasoning salt and call it a day.
Okay.
Let's see what else. I eat a lot of green beans, like French cut green beans. Somebody asked me the other day, do you eat anything other than that? I'm like, no. But yeah, I'm also the type of person who I can eat the same thing all the time and I'll be happy. I'm good. Oh, okay. Scroll down real quick to the shop. Yeah, right here in the middle. Yep. So this is like a Trader Joe's haul. It's something that it's what I get every time I go to Trader Joe's. So like the avocados, they're not ripe, but I get them anyway. Then I get sad because I have to wait for them to ripen. But French cut green beans, there are Brussels sprouts in there, baby broccoli, spinach. Spinach is perfect to have on deck because you can throw it in your protein shakes. I throw spinach in the skillet with my eggs in the morning. It's just this is like, some typical stuff. As you can see, most of it is organic. If you can do organic, then do it. If you can't, then don't. I mean, Aldi, I think Aldi sells all organic now. And you can find an Aldi just about anywhere.
Okay. So people can really shop and eat healthy, but they don't have to spend a whole lot of money. Would you
Yeah, like
suggest?
yeah, like stay away from Whole Foods. I'm just gonna say it, okay? Like unless you have a gift card, because you're gonna get your feelings hurt. You know, if you go into Whole Foods, like I'm gonna just get a salad, you know, and it's like
Mhm.
$55 later. But yeah, anybody can. I mean, the stuff that I put up, um, that's what I eat. It's very simple. Like I said, I mean, if you don't have a Whole Foods, I mean, if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you, you know, you can get bananas anywhere. You can get chicken anywhere. Um, Let me see. And yeah, it doesn't have to be expensive. If you can't do organic, then don't. But again, I believe Aldi, which is like the cheapest grocery store, has all organic at this point.
Right.
Okay, so that's the infamous picture. I even look like I'm breathing hard in that picture. Like that's ridiculous. You know, I probably was. Um, yeah, it's always a shock to see that picture. But anywho, but the picture next to it, I was in LA visiting friends, and I still you can't tell me anything about this black tank dress that I have, but yeah, it's just kind of a different life, you know, like to be able to move differently. You know, like for me, I'm from San Diego and I live in Atlanta and I travel for work a lot and I go to California to see my family and my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to LA next month for a wedding. Um, and so flying is always one of those things. And I think people who, you know, are struggling with their weight, they understand, you know, how scary flying can be, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because you spill over into the person's seat and it's like very anxiety producing, you know? And I think, and the first time that I was able to like buckle my seatbelt,
Mm-hmm.
um, I never used to ask for an extension because I was like embarrassed, you know? So I would just bring like shawls with me and I'd put them over my lap so that they wouldn't see that I didn't buckle my belt. And once I had started losing weight, I remember I was getting on a flight and the stewardess said, do you need a seatbelt extender? And I wasn't embarrassed because I had already been working out and losing weight, but I think I would have wanted to die, you know, if they asked me
Mm-hmm.
this when I wasn't ready. Um, so, and I, you know, other people, you know, other struggles like going into a restaurant, you know, like actually anywhere I go, you know, I would notice if the chairs had arms or not, you know, because if you see my pictures, I'm very hippie. Um, and I didn't fit into everything. And so, you know, it's more than just, you know, wanting to look cute, you know, or wanting to be smaller. It's really a lot of it for me is like a functionality thing. You know, I want to be able to, you know, I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to fly without being nervous and having an anxiety attack. And I want to be able to go into a restaurant without scoping out the chairs first and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna share this some more. Now, where was this at?
Where is it?
You working?
Okay, so this is in LA. Um, these
I'm
are the
saying.
these are the sand dunes. And my trainer told me, you know, there's a picture I believe of like the full mountain. It's ridiculous. My trainer told me about it, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna get up this thing," you know. And like, yeah, like once I got to the top, like I felt like a monster, you know. Like, go ahead. What did you say?
No, I was just looking at it because
Oh,
a lot of people want to know about that.
yeah. But the thing I'll say about that is that I think it's important to challenge yourself. So not everyone's going to get to LA and get to the sand dunes, you know? But
Mm-hmm.
that was a huge challenge for myself because I didn't know if I could do it. And it's not a very controlled atmosphere. And I was there with friends and people around. And I think people need to challenge themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Okay, right here. No, over in the middle. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite go-to snacks. It's Greek yogurt, um, organic blueberries, but again, if you can't do organic, that's fine. Sliced almonds, And they're plain. They're not salted or anything like that. Sliced almonds from Trader Joe's and raw honey. Listen, you guys, it is like the bomb snack. It's the best. So there's like a ton of protein in Greek yogurt, and it's just stupid healthy. And I know that it'll take a minute, because if you want ice cream and you get this instead, I'm not going to lie to you and say it's like, oh, it's a great substitute. But, once you start changing your mindset and start eating differently, then you'll be running for this.
Okay. What recommendations would you give a woman who's ready to start losing weight, who wants to, but is not taking any action?
Start with your 2 miles a day. I mean, that's like really my go-to. I tell people start with your 2 miles a day and start setting your mind. Okay. So again, like I said, if you think a pill is going to be the only thing that you have to do, then you're going to be wrong. It's just also kind of like, if you want to save money, let's say you want to save money, you can't just take your paycheck and put it in the bank and think it's just going to stay there. You have to change certain things in your life. You have to change your spending habits, So let's say that you have a financial advisor, okay? So the body trim and the body cleanse, that's your financial advisor, okay? So they are directing you. They're telling you where you're supposed to go, but you still have to do work as well. So what I think people need to start doing, they need to do the 2 miles a day. Take a picture, find somebody that will hold you accountable, put it on Facebook. Your friends will start seeing that you're working out and get moving,
Okay, what would you say would be some of the worst things women can eat to put weight gain on them?
Sugar, sugar's horrible. I think drinks. People need to really pay attention to the drinks that they have. Starbucks, you're like, oh, I have coffee with my creamer. How many calories are in your creamer? How much fat is in your creamer? Pay attention to the drinks that you have. Soda is ridiculous. I know you hear it, whatever. Drink water, guys. Have your coffee as well, have your iced tea, whatever. Try to cut out sugar as much as you can.
Now that sugar, that's probably one of the biggest drugs in the world. It's highly addictive. So what advice would you give them as far as coming off of that sugar? Because I know it's probably like getting off of a drug. Or
It is. I mean, I've done no sugar before, and the first couple days, I'm like, I have a headache, and I'm like, I want to kill everybody, The truth is that sugar is in everything, and it's a very drastic thing to do. I think that people need to start cutting back their sugar, even if people say, I'm not really a big sugar person. Sugar's in your salad dressing, it's in your medicine, sugar's in everything. Just try it. I mean, just try it. That's really, a lot of people are afraid to even try stuff. Obviously carbs, you have to learn about food too. Learn why protein is important. Learn the different fats. Learn which fats are good. Learn which fats are not. Things like that. And the best part about it is that you have Instagram. You don't even have to read books nowadays. Go to Instagram. Everyone on there is telling you what and how to eat. I mean, if you look at my Instagram, I'm like, here's the meal that I ate today. This is what I bought at Trader Joe's. This is how I cook my food. This is my smoothie. This is, you just have to try it.
Okay. Let's see. Any advice that you want to leave some women, if you could tell them a few tips or whatever, what advice would you give them?
Okay. Start writing down your food. Okay. Go to MyFitnessPal. It is so simple. It's a free app. It logs your fat, your cholesterol, your calories, your protein, all of that. Okay. MyFitnessPal is your friend. You can have your friends on there as well. And it's the simplest thing, because once you start tracking your food, then you realize whoa, I didn't, in an entire day, I ate this much sugar. In an entire day, I ate this many calories. Or look at how much cholesterol was in that one meal. So start tracking your food, start drinking more water, and get moving. Again, you don't have to have a trainer. I didn't have a trainer at the beginning. And the myth about a trainer is that there's a myth about a trainer, even though you have someone there helping you, you still have to do the work. My trainer didn't carry me up the stairs. I still had to do the work.
Okay. Now, if they want to order the product, they can go to your Instagram. Now, if they go to your Instagram, or they can go to, just say they went to Natural Body Now.
Yep.
Natural Body Now 10.
Yep.
Now, and they were going to order the product. Is you offer any discounts?
Yes. The only way that you get your discount is to enter summer at checkout. Okay? So summer, like winter, spring, summer, fall. At checkout, enter there. That's where you get your discount. And there you go. Keep it moving.
Okay, so I'm just going through the sequence.
Okay.
Going to the website, add the cart. Let's see. Change that to 1. Checkout. We're going to see what happens. Okay, so here. Okay, so right here where it says discount, we just type in SUMMER. Let me see if it works. All right, it did work, so they can use summer.
Perfect.
All right, well, I thank you, Summer, for sharing all of this great information. You covered a lot of stuff. You're doing really well.
Thank you.
I'm sure a lot of women are going to be thinking about everything you did. They're going to be reaching out to you. And if they want to DM you, give them your contact information on Instagram.
Yeah, it's Summer in the Skinny. And just send me a DM. Like I read everybody's messages and I respond back to everybody. Let me know how the products are working for you. I really want to know how people like the cleanse. I actually want to know how people like both of them, but when you initially order, get the full system. Don't just say, I'm just going to do the trim or I'm just going to do the cleanse. When you start out, get both of them. But yeah, DM me, let me know what your questions are. If you need some motivation and you don't get it just from looking at my pictures, DM me and I'm there.
Now you also a wedding planner. I know we're doing this interview talking about your dramatic weight loss, but tell them a little bit about the wedding planner, because I know a lot of people getting married and they say you're one of the top wedding planners. I saw your articles in the Huffington Post and a few other places. I've heard you on the radio in Atlanta. So a quick brief thing on the wedding planner.
Yeah, it's My Simply Perfect Events. On Instagram, it's My Simply Perfect. On Facebook, it's My Simply Perfect Events. Don't forget My Simply Perfect. Even just like tying in the weight loss, when you're a wedding planner and you have to run around and it's a huge production and you're in charge of people's money and their important day, you can't be sitting down. You have to be in shape so you can run around and make sure that things happen. So, you can check me out. Like I said, it's mysimplyperfect.com, My Simply Perfect Events on Facebook, My Simply Perfect on Instagram.
Well, we thank you, Summer, and keep up the great work, the Natural Body Now Nation.
Thank you.